Hi everybody, welcome along to our second AMA. It's great to have a number of people in the room again. Thank you, Shukri. Nice to know I'm coming through. I'm on a new headset. Need to see if I can make it work. Welcome along. Look, we start on a disappointing note. Tony from Bali Tribe can't join us today. Unfortunately, her son's best friend was killed in a car accident today, and she's going to spend the evening with her son, which obviously we understand, and pass on our commiserations to her. It's yeah, anyway, I think we should move on from that pretty quickly. We'll see Tony back in a week or so when things around here are a little bit better than they are today. So our thoughts are with her, and obviously we didn't push her into coming along and doing anything crazy today. So when I say that, I'm just going to change my name here so you guys know who I am. I think most of you know who I am. Look, that's my only bit of bad news for that. Well, for most people, that's my only bit of bad news for the session today. I've got a couple things I want to cover today. I think we've got some really positive news to share with you guys. I've got today, we don't have Mai and Angel who normally help me to admin these things. So I've got Shane adminning for us today. That in itself should be hugely amusing along the track as we go along. Please, as you go along, ask any questions that you want to. You're welcome to put them into the chat and we will get them from there. Or if you would prefer to, you can ask to be unmuted and we will try and do our best for you there. Look, we're going to start off today in a few minutes. Shane is going to put the link into the Facebook for Bali, for the tribe, the Bali charity that Tony comes from. We're going to invite and encourage you guys to go there and like the post. And look, I think we're going to remind you guys right from the start that that's what this is really all about. It's about seeing if we can get some money. Welcome, Jeff. Nice to see someone brave enough to come on camera. Welcome along. Thank you very much. I think for many of us, that's what it remains all about. Sorry, guys, I'm just there we go. Admit. Let me see if I can get down here. In fact, what I'll do now is I'll come back to you. Shane, in your role, could you keep an eye for people waiting to come into the room, please, and make sure that you let them in? I think you might have got people in there. Look, if you can click on the link that Shane has posted, it should take you to the Bali Tribe, and I'm going to try very hard to share that now. And look, the way it works for us as far as these charities go, to help us to get more, to give them a better chance of having success, all you've got to do is come to like, and you can like the charity. Now, as you go through the if you go to Wish Finance Charity and Causes, if you come down to the More button here, depending on where it is for you, and click Community, that will take you through a number of different posts. And there's Boo posting the link for this, and good to see so many of you guys are in. One of the things that's different in meetings compared to webinars is they don't send a reminder out for everyone. If it's multiple, you only get the one. This is Shane's new page to help supporting us. This is some normal stuff about us. And you can come down and decide whether you want to help the lady here to get her her mother some help with dialysis. Another charity in Bali looking to get books and pens for people in Bali. Another one that I really like. And look, you guys, we don't have a lot of support for some of these new charities, and I really encourage you guys to get down here. This lady here can't find the community button. We have told her how to. I just encourage you guys, just get people to post these charities here and let us do some good for them. There we are. There we go. That's a bit better. That's the same charity here, English Corner Community, and we've got a few more likes for that. So just go through and find these. This is people from the Cameroon, and you can imagine that things over there aren't very nice. And look, if you want to help that one to get some charity, look, this has been shared 116 times, only 5 likes. We need to get these charities into the end of month dates. And the Bali Tribe, look, got there's a better one than that. I think she's got, here we are, 127 people like that one, puts her up the list. This one, creating homes for the homeless in Thailand, got 20 likes. We need to get that one up there. So share it to your pages, guys. Bark's one of our favourites as well. 111 likes. Need to make sure that gets in the top 4 into the end of cricket. Look, these guys got out and got their people 247 likes. There's an old leaderboard. The way to change that leaderboard, and I want to talk to you guys about some dates. We're going to come back into the main screen now. Look, guys, how it works is on the last day of the month, the top 10 charities come to the founders, and we will pick the top 4. Most likely, the top 4 picked. Hey, Dennis, how you going? I see you up there as well. And they will then have a web page given to them each with a wallet, and you guys have the choice to donate to them or not. And we will look at the end of the week on the 10th of September. We will have a look. Let me just figure 10th of September. So it'll go up on the 3rd of September, on the 10th of September. We'll say, okay, well, you've donated so much money, so that's $1,000. We'll say, well, if one of them got 40% of your money, they get 40% of our money. We plan next month to go into a weekly rather than a monthly cause. And the first one of those, we will do the divide up on the 10th, and probably around the 14th we'll end that for another one for 2 weeks, and then we'll be in a weekly model. We need to get through the donation period for the first one before we can start the second one. As soon as we've done that, we'll start. And during September, we plan to move on to a weekly model. We will send out more details about that into the Telegram chat, saying, can you post a link to the Telegram chat? If you're not in the Telegram chat, you just need to be in the Telegram chat. We keep everything updated there. So look, the Facebook page for us is basically for the charities and a little bit of admin stuff. The Telegram channel is for everything else. No charity stuff, no listing of charities in the Telegram chat. You can talk about them, but no listings. And so you need to be in the Telegram chat to see everything, to get everything. Make sure you're on both those pages. If you go back to the Facebook page, make sure you like the Facebook page so you're updated when new charities launch. And we seem to have 3 or 4 new charities at the moment. People seem to take a few days once they want to get involved to get a video sorted out, decide what they're going to do. We've got a few new charities coming. Gosh, I feel like I've been talking non-stop for about 15 minutes. It's only been 8. Look, lots of good stuff coming up, guys. And I'm going to have Alistair. He's going to talk to us about the difference between APRs and APYs in a few minutes. Shukri's going to talk a little bit about the link between us and Binance. And I'm going to show you some examples of that if he doesn't do it himself, and talk about why I think we're in a really good place around where we are right now. I think we are right in the right spot for Wish right now, and I think we're about to head off on a nice run, and I'll explain a little bit more to you about why in a few minutes. Before I do that, I need to talk to you about 2 more things. We're changing the allocations from our our pools and farms. I'm going to bring those up and share them with you guys as well. Now, gosh, Zoom can be a pain in the ass. Share screen. I want to share this screen here this time. Share. Okay, guys, so we've got a number of pools. These are what we call it. This is a native pool. There's no fees, and it goes. You guys got a 1,174 return on Wish BNB. It's all very nice. Now, these are what are called non-native pools. Privacy Swap BNB, Cake BNB. There's a fair few of them, and you'll notice that these are offering 5 times, 3 times, 3 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, and it's Bitcoin Binance BNB, Ethereum BNB. Look, they're all nice, and look, they've got good money in them. No question about that, right? But what's happening is people are taking those rewards and they are immediately selling them, and it's creating a red wall on our chart. And look, they don't buy any Wish because you don't need Wish to have Privacy Swap BNB. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to take all of the non-native farms and pools, and we're going to take the multiplier from 5 times to 2 times, so that if they're going to put a red wall up by selling this, and look, they're entitled to sell it, don't get me wrong, but they're going to have less to sell. So we're going to change this in the next, 4 a.m. in the next 4 hours. We're going to change this. The smart contract's been changed. There's a time lock on it, but this will go to ×2 and the deposit fee will go to 5 as we start and say, okay, well, look, it's great you guys are there, but what we want to focus on is Wish BNB. Now, Wish BNB's APR is already ridiculous at 1,100. we're going to change this multiplier from 80 to 90. Now that's about an extra 10, 12%. So you would expect this APR to go up by about another 10 or 12%. We're going to go to the pools. We're going to do exactly the same thing. 2%, 2% here. Nice to have it, but 2%, 2%, deposit fee, 5%, 5%. Native farm's going to go from times 50 to times 60. Now 50 to 60 is 20%. So you would expect this to go up by about 20% and keep these APRs really high. Now, so what we expect is, as we take away the high yields on the non-native farms, Shane, can you make sure you let the people in the waiting room in, please? I don't really want them. See, it looks like they must be getting kicked out. Some people must come in and then get kicked out. I don't quite know why that happens to them. Oh, Dennis, I've got you both kicked out and coming in. Is that right? It looks like it is right. You're coming off another device. It's not you. Someone's coming in off your link. That's okay. I'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye. We'll see if the new Dennis says anything interesting. I've got a second aerial as well, so I've got interesting. Maybe some links are being borrowed around the place. So one of the things that we're doing with Wish is that we feel like the non-native farms are creating quite big selling every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce their return, so they've got less to sell every day, right? Now they don't buy any Wish, so they don't offset it. Unlike, for instance, somebody who's in the Wish B&B or the Wish, they're going to buy Wish. People in the non-natives don't, so we're going to reduce their rewards on that, and we are going to put that into people who hold Wish going forward. So we're going to boost the rewards for all of you guys who will be staked in Wish or Wish B&B, and we're going to increase the rewards for new people coming in. And I think starting to work towards new people coming in is really, really important. Now, what I might do now is ask Alistair to come in and talk about the difference between APR and APY, the difference between what they mean to you guys, and so you understand them clearly. Let me let Jeff in again. And once he's done that, we'll come back and have a chat about more stuff. And Shukri's going to talk about our link to Binance, and I'm going to try and tie it all together as to why this is actually a really good time to be into Wish. Alistair, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. I will. I hope you've got your pens ready, because I'm going to give you the tip early. APR is annual percentage return. APY is annual percentage yield. Now, fundamentally, they don't sound like they're much different, but in fact, they are starkly different. So the terms that are used in this crypto universe are quite widely, so it's really good to have a handle on what they mean. Now, APR is basically a return-based an annual return, so a 365-day return based on your daily rate of return. Now, APY is, as I said, starkly different. That factors in compounding of your returns for the 365 days. Just like any compounding interest formula, you get interest on your interest, on your interest, on your interest throughout the entirety of your investment. And it makes a massive difference. For any of you who don't understand or haven't heard of compounding interest before, please Google it. It's one of the fundamental parts of financial investment. It's the way to attract the highest possible return from any fixed interest or any variable interest investment for that matter. Now, I'm just going to try and share my screen, and hopefully that is apparent to everyone. Is that the correct screen, Paul? Can everyone see that?
Yes, fine, mate. Yep. We're on.
Great, fantastic.
Wish. Yep.
So as you'll see, in this is our Wish pool, where you invest your Wish tokens and you have the ability to harvest them. So we're advertising an APR. So if you dial into this little box here, which is a calculator, you'll see that the daily rate on this investment is 1.05%. or 7.83 wish per $1,000 invested in. So if we just go back, we can see that the APR is 365 times that 1.05%. So an APR does not take into account any compounding. That would be the return if your investment stayed in this pool and earned 1.05% for 365 days. It's that simple. Now, what are the factors that go into that? Well, if you go down here into details, you'll actually see the size of the investment in this wish pool, and in fact in any of the pools or farms on our website. So that the amount of investment in there and the multiplier, which Paul has just indicated that is all going to go up for this particular pool and reduce for these pools, will directly affect that daily rate. So what Paul was saying earlier is that we can expect when that goes from 50 times to 60 times for that daily rate to increase. The only reason it wouldn't do that is if we've had a substantial increase in the level of investment. So they're all interrelated to give you that daily rate of return. And accordingly, you can have the 7-day return and the 30-day return are APRs as well, but obviously weekly percentage return, monthly percentage return, and on the front, the annual percentage return. So what are we talking about with the APY, which is an extraordinary figure? 4,444% is what you can potentially earn off this investment in a 365-day period. Well, that takes into account you harvesting your wish daily and then reinvesting it into the pool. So it's just straightforward compounding interest type scenario. Now, the only reason that you might not achieve that is, of course, that the daily rate will vary. Tomorrow, we're expecting it to go up because we've changed the ratios. But if there's more investment in the pool, it may go down. So that figure there that you see, 4,444%, is based also directly on that daily 1.05% return. So I hope that makes sense. If we jump up into the farms and have a look at Wish B&B, which Paul said is going to 90 times in the next few hours. Once again, we can see the details of the pool and how much is in there, and it's showing 1,174% a return over a 365-day period. And as you can see, the compounded amount, if you harvested your wish daily, added B&B, added it to liquidity, and then restaked that Wish B&B liquidity, you get that enormous number, which I can't even read, which is around, what's that, 10 million%. It seems ludicrous, but you can actually go and check that if you like on any compounding interest formula, or get out your slide rule or your old scientific calculator. It is correct. The fundamental underlying assumptions is, of course, that you're getting 3.22% daily. And of course, you have to combine that with B&B and then reinvest it on a daily basis to get that return. So those are the fundamental differences between the two. Most DeFi protocols you will see will be advertising APR, but some do advertise APY. APY will always be higher than APR because of the compounding factor. So don't be fooled. APR is the return without reinvesting your interest or reward tokens, and APY is compounding daily. So that's a very brief summary and sort of an explanation how you can achieve some of those extremely high returns.
So Bruce, simply put, if I've got this right, stake it, harvest it, restake it every day, get the APY.
Absolutely, and that's personally what I'm doing every day, Paul. So I go in there and harvest, and I restake my harvest because I want to get the highest possible return, which is the APY on my investment.
So stake it, harvest it, sell it, get the APR.
Yes, you do. So you'll only achieve that daily return. And obviously, what Shukri is going to talk about shortly, I assume, is that he thinks there's going to be some upside with BNB, etc. So if you are staking, harvesting and selling, you're never going to achieve those stellar returns. You're just going to return a fixed daily rate. And also you're going to miss out on any upside should the price of Wish and or BNB go up in the future.
Mate, so a couple of questions here. Linka says, how does harvesting and restaking affect the Wish token price? And look, Shukri, when they harvest and restake the Wish token, one of the things that they're going to do, depends where they are, right? If they're in Wish BNB, they're going to get Wish. They're going to sell some of the Wish to buy BNB. So that's a sell, which is a negative for us. But that then goes into the liquidity pool, which is a positive for us, right? So it's kind of net neutral for us. Is that correct? Or can you explain that better than I can?
Okay. Assuming everything stays 101, right? Say BNB is 1, then it's neutral. But what if BNB goes up? You said this is like Forex. What if you are based on another currency here, which is already going up because of the DeFi rally? And that's the resistance about 520. You see, because the Wish pool, if it has more BNB, you know, as you're buying Wish, you're putting more BNB in the pool. And then if you have 101 here and 1 BNB goes up, then naturally it goes up. But more importantly than this, it also protects a downside. And this we saw, not with Wish. I saw it with another coin. I think you guys know, you heard last week, DAO Maker was hacked. DAO Maker, before this, you know, they were complaining because they changed their peg, okay, during the crash. They basically changed their peg from Ethereum to USDC, because they said Ethereum goes down, they go down, and that's not fair. So they changed it to USDC. So if you saw what happened last week, when they were hacked, this is the downside, okay? It depends on your currency. Guess what happened? It didn't go down by a lot. It went down by 15. But of course, they didn't go up by a lot also because they already pegged to USDC. So in the terms of Wish, we have more upside because we're pegged to BNB. If we have more BUSD in there, then it kind of tends to stay the same. So this is this automatically by asking people to stake more BNB inside the pool, we're kind of making it more volatile. Don't be concerned. Who said this? I can't remember who. Volatility is the price you pay for performance. I know volatility is bad, but actually it's good if you want the performance of the coin.
Look, so Shukri, to sort of get really clear on the original question, right? If they're in Wish BNB, right, and they stake and they get a return, what we're saying here, and I'm just coming back, I'm just trying to get some stuff set up for the draw. So half our price is basically Wish and half our price is BNB, right? And you can see those correlations. I'm going to talk about one of those correlations a little bit later and how it affected another versions of the price. But so while they're selling Wish to get back into BNB, which, you know, they've got to do to stake it there, which isn't great, that's offset because that money goes into the liquidity pool, which puts BNB into our coin, and BNB is highly valued and it creates stability. The more money in the liquidity pool, the better. So for us, we'd rather they were doing that than, for instance, just going and selling the Wish. We'd rather they were selling it to stake and put it into BNB.
Yes, and I think I mentioned last week, right? When I take profit, I don't take profit into USD or USDT or USDC. Like you saw my form last week, right? I was taking profit into Tron. Similarly here, it's like we want to collect more BNB because that will improve the performance of the entire pool.
Guys, Lloyd's asking if eventually there'll be an auto stake function.
I would think we need one, yes, because you don't want to see, right? It's easier, right? It's easier because you don't want to see.
I think for now, Lloyd, the word eventually could be the key to that one. Sorry, bro, over to you.
Yeah, no, that definitely is able to be developed at some point. There's no question of that, and it does have some value, but it would only have value for the single asset Wish pool, because obviously with the Wish BNB pool, you are earning Wish So that would be a much more complicated or complex scenario to deal with. And I'd just like to comment on what Shukri and Paul were talking about earlier too. I mean, the ultimately, any wish earned, if you were wanting to invest into the liquidity pool, you would just add BNB to it. The ultimate scenario would be some BNB that you purchased or you had available. Obviously, that would be the best possible scenario for Wish Finance. Just behind that is what Paul was suggesting, which would be obviously sell half of your Wish because they need to be matched equally, and then buying BNB and restaking that in liquidity, and once again restaking it in that pool. If you are not really interested in the Wish BNB, then I strongly suggest you stick within the single token pool, Wish, and simply harvesting and reinvesting that has no effect whatsoever on the price. It's only when you sell that then it has a price impact on Wish itself. The Wish BNB pool, and in fact the LP token that you create, and this is possibly something that can be discussed at a later AMA, but there is a higher risk associated with that, and that relates to impermanent loss. And it's something that's very difficult to explain, but if you just make a note, impermanent loss, there's an excellent article on the Binance Academy, and there are many YouTube videos and other blogs which deal with it. So there is a slightly higher risk in that pool, hence the high return, and that's logical for any investment. So yeah, in a perfect world, we wouldn't be selling any Wish to support either of those pools, but that's obviously not necessarily realistic, and people need to follow their own investment strategy. What we can tell you is if you harvest and restake, then you will be getting substantially higher rewards from compounding interest. So it's something to factor into your investment decision.
Yeah, look, it's one of the things. The next question for us guys is what's best for the company, and you know, guys, what's best for the company? What's best for the coin? What's the best thing they can do for the good of the coin? Look, for me, it's you know, yeah. What do you guys think?
Not selling, restaking.
Yeah, look, I think that's such a great answer, Shukri, right? The answer to everything for us is when it comes to what's best for the company, buy and hold. And how you buy and hold, that's, you know, a lot more into you guys. If but you know, anything we can do which keeps the price of the coin up, which gives more money to those charities, the better off we all are. So that's what we're looking to do. And the more you can not sell, the happier we will be, you know? So that is sort of the answer for my guys. I'm still in the background, just putting some people into the wheel of names to do a lucky draw. And because the team aren't here, I'm having to do it manually because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's got me a little bit distracted. I'll try and come back a little bit more into the meeting now, actually.
Yeah, you have to stake because, you know, steady, right? Let me intrude you. Let me draw a pattern, okay? Being a long crypto guy, okay, I said that volatility, this is the best pattern in crypto. Ask any crypto guy, and any crypto guy is going to be comfortable in seeing this. Because when he sees this, any crypto guy knows that if it can hold this, as long as it doesn't do that, it is going to bounce up one day. That's it. So when you stake and restake, what are you doing, guys? Let me explain. You're collecting more and more Wish at this price so that once it goes up, you decide what to do. I didn't say sell. I didn't say buy. You decide what to do. The power goes back to you. That's all.
Okay. I'm nearly done with the wheel of names. So look, I want to talk about some stuff that's coming up. Look, I think and I'm really busy trying to make this work. I must get my team in for this one. They're doing some other stuff at the moment. Let me come back to you guys. Look, it seems to me one of the most interesting phenomenons that happened on the weekend was that, look, at the moment for Wish, we have more sellers than buyers because people who are staking are regularly selling the coin. So if you have a look on any of the charts, you'll see red after red after red as people take the stuff they've staked and we get small sell, small sell, small sell, small sell. Now that's a really normal thing in a DeFi project because that's part of minting coins and giving them out as rewards. People are going to sell them and that's okay. So we've started to address that by taking down the rewards for the people in the non-native farms because they don't put anything back in, right? They just take their wish and sell it and run away with the money. No good to us, right? So instead, we're going to put that return into the native farm. So you've got to buy a Wish coin to get it. We've got to be in Wish BNB to get and add liquidity, which is good for the organization. Now we haven't kicked the non-native farms out or got rid of them or anything like that. All we've done is cut their rewards so that they'll have less to sell every week. Now that's a part of it. But on Saturday, while that was happening, or Friday night, our price rallied from $1.20 to $1.40, and in that time, there was nearly no buying. I think there might have been one small buy. So how does that happen? And I want to see if I can talk a little bit about the power of what happened on Saturday and what that might mean to us going forward. Now that's because of the link that Shukri was talking about to BNB, the Binance coin. And we've got two things we need to do as an organization, right? We need to reduce the selling because those non-native farm guys are selling too much, right? And we need to create some buying. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're going to create some buying in the next few minutes. I'm going to ask Alistair and Shukri to jump in with anything that they want to help make this any clearer. But I'm going to show you guys two charts. I'm going to, I can't share that because it's got stuff, and I'm just going to jump out of this as quick as I can. This is the price for the chart for Binance coin. This is the BNB coin, and I'm really interested in this area here with them, where they had some lows down here around the 21st of April, and their highs up here with the 21st of May. One lot of highs here. So the 3rd of May and the 8th of May. Now those numbers we think are going to go higher. And this is the previous high on Binance. And guys, I'm not telling you it is going to go high. I'm just telling you this is our opinion. That if you ask the senior trading guys in our organization, they say Binance is going to all-time highs. They've got some pretty lofty stuff. But I'm talking about a time in here where BNB went from about 546 to about 588. Interesting, not a heck of a lot. My dates again, 21 April, getting up here to all-time highs around the 12th of May, 10th of May. Okay, I'm going to show you another chart now. If I can get the stuff out of the way. It's the privacy swap chart. Now, privacy swap launched about the 24th of, well, launched before, but got onto this chart about the 24th of April at $2.40. A little more than we are. But it ran up when BNB went up. Its move was correlated. Oh, these charts are so frustrating. And the day that it stopped going up was the 10th of May. Now that's the day that the Binance coin topped out. So the whole run up of the Binance coin, privacy swap went up until Binance stopped going up and privacy swap collapsed back down. Now we'll deal with the collapse back down on another day. But I think one of the things we're telling you is there's a very strong correlation between the price of Binance and DeFi products like us. Now, our liquidity pool is half BNB, half Wish. Now, for many of the coins, again, Shukri, you're the expert. I'm learning crypto just like many of you guys are learning crypto, right? So if I get some of this wrong, Shukri, please just jump in and correct me. No offense will be taken, but when Binance went up $50, privacy swap went from $2 to $75. Now that wasn't all because of the correlation to Binance. It definitely wasn't. Please don't think I'm saying that, because that would be absolute bullshit. But what I am saying is that the price of privacy swap was linked to Binance because of the liquidity pool. And as BNB went up, privacy swap started going up. And what that did was that brought buyers into it and pushed privacy swap up more. As Binance went up and pushed it up, buyers came in and said, oh, I'm having some of this, and took the profit, right? So we've now got a time in our world where we think that Binance is about to run up. And what happened to us on Saturday was that Binance spiked up. So our price spiked up. There was no buying, right? Everyone during that time sold, but still the price went up. Now, if our guys are right, and I'm not saying they are, because we're crystal ball gazing here, but if Binance is going back to its highs and beyond that, then it will drag our coin a long way. Now, it won't take us to $78. That is fantasy. But it should take us a long way up. And what that should do is provide something really attractive to buyers. Right now, we lack buyers. So as Binance takes our coin up, which is what we expect to happen, we expect it to happen over the weekend. What happened on the weekend is exactly what we expected to happen. And we expect to happen even more. If this is confusing you, please ask the questions, because I'm not a crypto expert. I'm just talking about what I believe. Please, this is just my opinion. Jump in if I get this wrong. Bill and Sukri, feel free to jump into this conversation. But what we're doing is we're saying, okay, well, we think that Binance will rally and it'll pull Wish up. So what we're going to do is in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're in conversations with a large YouTube influencer, and we're going to go and get some people from him. We're in conversation with a group which has got a large database to an AMA with, where they don't ask me anything, we answer their questions. So we're going to start and go out into the public areas. So far, Wish has been a private coin, right? Nearly everybody in this group would know nearly everybody else if you turn your cameras on, right? Or I think in this group today, there's one name that I don't recognize straight off, right? This is a private coin, and we launched to try and keep the pros out so we wouldn't get dumped on, and we paid the price for that because someone dumped on us anyway. We could have done a far wide. If we're going to get dumped on, we should have invited the world to our launch, right? We thought we could avoid it. We didn't get to avoid it. But we're going to start and go and bring new people into this. And as Binance and new people and us push the price of Wish up, it should become more and more attractive. So we've committed to a large marketing budget for the next 3 months, and we're going to continue to find good YouTube influencers, which everybody does. We're going to go and find good AMAs. We're sorting through the hundreds of them we've been approached by to find the good ones, to put a coin in front of people. And what we expect, not telling us going to happen, but what we expect is that we will start to see buyers coming in and pushing price up. We will see the Binance move come in and start and push prices up. We'll get into these AMAs and that will push prices up. The marketing company that's been with us from day one, they finish tomorrow because they're lovely people who post a lot of stuff and put a lot of comments on things and share our stuff everywhere, but they've brought no buyers to the table. So they finish tomorrow, and we have a new marketing organization start tomorrow. And they've only got one brief from us. It's not the other marketing companies got checklists and they've got spreadsheets and they post this and they post that, and they've done 30 million of these and 3,000 of those. And the new marketing company's only got one brief from us. Bring us new buyers. Because that's what all of us in this room want, right? We want the non-native farms returns cut so they can stop selling our coin or sell less of our coin. We want new buyers coming in to push this up. Now, unlike most of coins of our size, most of our coins have got 2 liquidity pools, one with BNB and one with BUSD. Now that means they're less responsive to Binance, to BNB than we are. We only have BNB Wish, so we're going to be more responsive to Binance. So if we can reduce the selling, how are we doing that? We're cutting the returns on the non-native farms. We're turning up and showing you what APY is. What a massive difference it takes to restake and hold these instead of selling them, right? If we can reduce the selling and we can bring some buying through a new marketing company, AMAs, YouTube, Binance pushing the price up, we can change the momentum of Wish. And look, I reckon there's some people who are in this organization who bought around $5 and they're down a little bit. And I think for them, if in 2 or 3 weeks, I know, Dennis, you're at $10. I do apologize to you for that. We will get to you at some point. It was only a small amount, I do hope, Dennis. But if you got in around $5, with the yields we're offering, if we get the price back to $250 at the end of a month, you'll be up, right? The yields for a month on BNB Wish are way over 100%. So we need to target that. We need to get that price back up to 250. That's what we're going to spend all this money doing, and that's why we're doing all of this stuff.
Yeah, guys, in crypto, whales are not good. You need a wide base of buyers. Now, this is interesting. I got an email today. I have some tokens locked. You know what the company asked? Can you guys vote on unlocking the tokens early? Can you believe that? You know why they want to unlock the tokens early? Because people are complaining. If it's locked to people like me who never want to sell, they're never going to go up. They want to unlock so that we can sell it so that others can buy it. That's what it means.
Certainly, just following up on from what Paul said, lowering your average cost of purchase via harvesting and restaking your rewards is an obvious pathway to get that down quite quickly. Certainly some of the people that I know invested in this are doing exactly that. So they are harvesting daily and restaking and bringing therefore the average purchase price of their tokens down substantially and fairly quickly too. And that's all, of course, based on those incredible rewards.
Look, got a great question from Chan. Are there any new utility for the West token being planned apart from the use for donation? Look, again, I'll invite Alistair and Shukri to speak on that. I'll speak afterwards. And I do want to remind you guys that the more questions that you ask, the less you have us just talk at you. So the more questions that you ask, the better, ask me anything to ask. If you have any more questions to ask, guys, do you want to talk about utility, or do you want me to talk about utility? I'm going to take the hesitation a minute. I'm going to talk about utility. You guys can tell me if you want to. Look, for us, which is a 15-year project, a lot of these DeFi projects are 30-year projects. We halved that down to 15 years. We doubled the allocation to keep the rewards up really high. And the reason for that is because we're old. But our goal at the end of 15 years is to replace WIST with a fiat type foundation, a physical foundation, which we have set up with some of the proceeds from this, which have got enough investments to fund these organizations going forward, so that WIST can, instead of giving the 14,000 tokens that we mint every month to charities, WIST can go, okay, well, we have an organization with a few $1 million invested. It's bringing in $200,000 a year for us to invest, or whatever the amount is, and we're going to invest in this exactly the same structure without the crypto format to it. Now, the WIST coin will continue at that stage in its own way, without us. The founders have been replaced by them, by you guys, by the community. That's the plan for this, is for the community to come in and take over. But what we're trying to do, and look, at the moment, we're having a bit of a look at some of the tax implications. There's a temptation to set up a foundation in Australia, which would give Australians a tax benefit there. But we've got to work out, then we need to have a sub-foundation in New Zealand, same in Singapore. So we're just having a look at the tax ramifications for the people who invest the money and where we set this up. Now, Chan, to be really clear, we're in no hurry to put this together. I'm not going to lay out a pathway which says next week we're going to set up in Australia, the week after in New Zealand, the week after we're going to buy a new house, we're going to start an investment in property, we're going to buy stocks. We're not in a hurry for that stuff. For now, our process is about trying to get the WIST coin to work better. We want that Facebook page to be easier for people making requests. And honestly, at the moment, we've got 10 organizations asking for money. There's more than 100 worthy organizations and people who need our money in Afghanistan right now, or Haiti, or anywhere else in the world. We need to get more people asking for money, get more people voting on stuff. We need to get more of those people to like our page and stay, to buy our coins, to support us, to donate to these things. We need that whole thing to scale up, and that really remains our priority right now. Is that right, guys? That's the priority right now, right?
Oh, look, absolutely. And I mean, slightly off point, but on a similar vein too. You got to look at the blockchain model, or crypto. And the thing that's really appealing to me is and they use these big catchphrases, democratization, etc. But that's what it's about, right? So what we want to do is develop a community that cares about things, gets a direct say in how money is poured into causes for needy all around the world, to support communities, individuals, directly. It's a fundamental change in the model, which you have, for example, and I'm not bagging on the Red Cross or Greenpeace because they do wonderful work around the world. We all know that, but there's no transparency. A dollar donated by me, who knows how much of that actually ends up in and in what causes, because there is no transparency. And the great thing about the blockchain is it's all transparent. It's democratic. It's our community supporting our communities, and that's the wonderful thing about it. So slightly off point, but along the similar lines. But absolutely, you know, we want to make material differences to people, and the small example is what's happened with the Bali Tribe in Bali. Obviously, there's people starving there as a direct result of COVID and the economic fallout. And my understanding is that we were able to support them with some money that has already bought provisions, and they are already being fed. That's shortened the process dramatically from any other form of donation. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep the administration out of it. We want to be direct, and we want it to be democratized. We want the community to support what the community wants to support. And that's the whole purpose behind Wish Finance.
Cheers, Bill. That's nice and clear. Look, I just want to check I've done everything I wanted to do. Look, I'd like to one of the things you know, Jeff just said, look, he bought a couple of $1,000 around the $5 mark from what he was saying. It probably pushed the price up. Jeff, I don't think it did. You know, some pros got into our launch. They took a truckload of stuff cheap. They pushed the price up and they dumped us. And that's just that. You know, we can complain about the end of the world, but that's just cryptocurrency, right? Again, look, if it was someone else doing it, I got in, I'd have bought it cheap and sold it high as well. It's you know, that's what we do, you know. So, you know, it's frustrating for that for us and for this project, but really it's life. And I don't think that anyone in here, you know, bought, you know, 20, 25,000, you know, coins at 30 cents or $1 and dumped them. You know, I think that's pretty unlikely. I think most of the people in this room have got a few thousand, or a few hundred, or a few $1,000s worth. They got them somewhere probably between sort of $3 and $7, and you know, but they're hanging in. Look, look, that's a great question, Claire. I'm going to ask you, Claire. I've got you in this chat under one name, and I think I've got you under another name somewhere else, another surname. The question, hey Claire, how you doing? Welcome on board. The question from Claire is, how do I transfer my USDT from MetaMask to Binance account and then buy my Wish? And USDT from MetaMask, you don't transfer it from. Shukri, can you take this one?
Oh, you see, because Simon has already taught us how to create a Kraken account.
Okay.
Because my account, my issuing bank is not compatible to Binance.
Yep.
So I already done the Kraken, and I have already funded my Kraken account. And in my MetaMask already have this USDT. So now I need to transfer it to Binance, and from Binance back to MetaMask, right?
Shukri, is that right? I don't think that's right, is it?
No, I think, Claire, that you will be able to buy directly off our website with your USDT. So if you go to wishfinance.io, and I might just share my screen, just so that if we have anyone else.
While Alice is doing this, Claire, if you're, and guys, stay with us. We're going to do the prize draw. I want your questions, keep coming, bringing them in. Claire, your if your MetaMask is connected to Wish Finance, then you don't need to do anything with that. You can use the money there. So there's Alice's MetaMask. I'm not sure he wants to show all.
As you can see, it's connected. I've got 6 Wish to harvest. Now,
I can do it on the announcements page.
Yeah. So if you go to trade, and I've just got that bar in the way.
Yes.
How do I move that? And
Yes,
exchange.
Yes.
So this is the exchange portal, and as long as you've got your account attached here, which mine is, and hopefully yours is, you then exchange USDT, which I don't have any of.
USDT in there.
Okay.
So as you can see, USDT there, and then you need to select Wish, which if you don't have any in your account, you'll have to type it in also. So then you have a situation where your balance of USDT should be showing right here, clear.
Which yours is, I imagine,
Yes.
Boo.
Yes.
No, which I've got a balance of 0, so it's correct. And then, of course, you decide how much you would like to purchase with Wish.
Look,
And
Boo, I've got a couple of things. I'd like to get Shukri in this as well, because I've got Easy saying that Easy says to use Binance Bridge to bring USDT from ERC20 to the Binance Smart Chain. Is that something we need to do, Shukri?
Yes, you got to be careful. Claire, which USDT are you on? Are you on the Ethereum or are you on the Binance Smart Chain? And I don't know, does Kraken have a way to transfer that USDT from on a BSC? I'm not sure of that. That's very tricky.
No, my
Because if you-
Kraken I transfer was to in the Ethereum.
Yes, that's a problem. Then you have to have a
Yeah.
bridge. You
And now I have to transfer.
Can you put the bridge easy there? Yeah, because she has on Ethereum, so it's okay. You transfer it to your MetaMask on Ethereum, and then Yeezy hopefully has the bridge. You have to bridge it into Binance Smart Chain.
Look, Shukri, can we get Claire into a conversation with someone? Actually,
Sure.
do you want to
Sure.
do you want to wait till the
Easy,
end of this,
yeah.
and we'll turn the recording off at the end of the session, and you guys, perhaps you and Easy and Claire, can stay in this live.
Yeah,
You just can do it in here.
I'm so sorry for the trouble because I've been trying to
Sure.
find my wish,
Claire,
but I have not done it.
Claire, we love this kind of trouble. Look, one of the things we did, and again, you know, many people would call it a bit foolish, and maybe it was, but we wanted Wish Finance to be something for normal people. So again, in this room, the people here right now, as far as I'm aware, there are no professional crypto traders in this room apart from Shukri. Maybe Easy as well. He does do fairly well, from my understanding.
Yeah.
But so we've had to teach a lot of people all this stuff, and we've had to learn half the stuff ourselves because it is different. We're lucky to have Simon with the Kraken stuff, but you know, honestly, right now, we'd far rather have you ask these questions and answer them than not be able to be involved. At the end of the day, this is about having a community to support these causes. Look, I've got 2 more things I'd like to talk about today. One is going to surprise you guys too, I'm pretty sure. It would surprise me if I was one of these and somebody said this, but I'm going to tell you guys what I think in a minute about something that will surprise you, I think. It also depends on where it says, gosh, I'm going to let you guys, so at the end of this, when everybody else leaves, me and Bill will stay, but we will, when everyone else is gone, we'll hand over control of this webinar to Shukri, and him and Claire, and maybe Easy will stay and get this sorted out and help you through. I don't know if Easy, yes he is, yep. Look, oh, you're more than welcome. There were 2 things I want to talk to you guys about, and I've completely forgotten what the first one was. We need more causes, guys, and if you get a chance to get more people too, look, please, how you can help Wish, go to the Facebook page and like the post you like. If there's one you really like, share it onto your Facebook page and ask your friends to do the same thing and ask them if they would join as well. Really bringing in supporters for the causes is one of the major ways to get new people to come in and see our coin and buy our coin. So the more that come in, the better off all of us are. And you know, we are a community now because we're all investors in this together, right? You know, it doesn't matter what you've got. Everybody here has we all have the same agenda, right? We all want the causes to go well. I think a lot of people want their coin value to go up so they can get out, you know, they can get this and make some money out of it as well. And I think both those things is what we're all about. So help us get the causes out there. If you know anybody that can do it, and look, that's what I was going to say. I honestly don't mind if the community decides that the money goes to indoor cricket or football team or some guy training for the Olympics or someone starving to death on the side of the road. That's for the community to decide. Our job is to get as many people to put applications in as they possibly can. And look, at the moment, because our community is small, these organizations can get 200 of their friends to like them and they lead the way. But a year from now, our community will be 20,000 people and you won't be able to do that, right? What we need to do is keep building our community so we control where that money goes as a community. We want the guys on that Facebook page to decide who goes through. And the way we do that is by sharing these posts, bringing more people in and telling people about Wish. And I think we do have, and I could be wrong, but I think we have a lot of truly committed people here who want best for this organization and this coin, and we really appreciate that. Look, let me just check who that's from. easy. We will go through that with Claire on that herder side. She may well have someone that she does know well enough to do that with. Look, I don't, just quietly, I've been locked out of my Binance account from the early days. I send my money to Burby, puts it in my MetaMask. Alistair, sorry, I put it in Alistair, puts it in my MetaMask. I haven't deposited money from my Binance account to my MetaMask yet, and quite a lot of money goes through that way. So, you know, Binance wanted some ID, and then they bounced me for some. I can't remember what they bounced me for, something ridiculous. I had more ID, and I didn't have time to do it, so I just don't bother. So there are ways around this stuff. Now I'm going to tell you something that I don't think many people would tell you. You guys, who would like for me to share with you guys what I think is a really valuable secret? Who'd like a valuable secret? Come on, post in the box and tell me whether you'd like it. Sam would like it. Shukri would. Linker would. Anyone else want a valuable secret? I'm going to kick everyone else out. Anyone that didn't say it's not going to get it, Claire would like it. Anyone else? Anyone that doesn't want a valuable secret, I'm going to kick you guys out. It's not a dark secret, Dennis. It's just a secret. I'm going to tell you what I believe, and I'm going to tell you something that I don't think many founders of a coin would tell you. Here's what I think is about to happen. And here's what I think is about to happen. I think that we've posted into our Telegram channel about the non-native farms. And I think the majority of people in the non-native farms have no association to Wish, don't care about us. The majority of them, not all of them. I don't mean to make nothing wrong with this, but I don't think they're in our Telegram channels. So I think tomorrow morning they're going to wake up and their returns are going to be more than halved. Now, my expectation, my personal expectation is their response to that will be to sell some Wish, right? They're going to harvest what they've got and they're going to sell it. And they're going to go, well, this isn't so much fun anymore. Some of them are going to leave us, right? That's what I would do, you know? So I think other people would do that. So I think that there's an opportunity to buy Wish at the moment based partly on the B&B story, partly on the marketing story. The YouTube influence has been, you know, we've done everything but nail down the date. The AME, we've done everything but nail down the date. I think it's a really good time to buy Wish, but I wouldn't buy Wish for about 2 days. I'd let those guys from the non-native farms come in and sell, and I'd let them push the price back down a little bit. And I'd buy my Wish if I could around whatever the level is. It seems to me that we've got support at 125, we've got support at 130. We don't know how many of them are going to, we don't know how many Wish they haven't already sold. But I think it's a really good bet that those that haven't sold it every day, whatever they've got left, they're going to pull it and get rid of it. And they're going to, you know, because we're giving them less now. So I'm expecting a little bit of Wish selling as this comes through. And I know, again, this will be a bit controversial, but I like that. I want Wish to find its bottom. When it finds its bottom, we can build it away again. So I'm okay with these guys selling some Wish and going out. And if that bottom is 125, 120, 115, I don't care what it is. From there, we will bring our marketing people in. From there, we will do our Ask Me Anythings in the public domains. From there, we'll do our YouTube stuff. From there, Binance will rally and push us up. And that's where we need to be. So my advice is, if I was looking to put any more money into Wish, I'll be putting money into Wish on around Tuesday or Wednesday. Only my opinion. Please don't take it as professional investing advice. Anyone that thinks I can give the same advice in crypto as I can give on Forex is absolutely kidding themselves. I am not an expert, but it still remains my opinion. Any questions before we go, people? Look, we'll be back on Thursday. I think our guest on Thursday will be from the Bali charity for the pens and the mats and that kind of stuff. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Sorry, I do apologise for that. But I think we will have him in on Thursday. I hope we'll have Tony in next Sunday. Thank you very much for joining us. We are going to do a little bit of work on the timing for this kind of stuff. Again, all that information will be in the main Telegram channel. That will do most of the communication. If you're not in the main Telegram channel, can you please post that again, Shane? I want to share something with you guys that's really cool before we go. If we get the price to $1.50, then we're going to give 21,000 US dollars to good causes this month. And we're still going to give nearly 300,000 US dollars this year. We don't have to get back to $7 and give $1 million. Let's get it to $1.50 and see how we go from there. Then we'll give it to $2 and see how we go from there. And we'll turn that into 28,000 a month, right? So there's a lot of good to come from this organization. We really appreciate the fact that you've made that possible. So stay with us. Cheers, everyone. If there's no more questions, we will see you later. See you guys. Bye.
Thanks, guys.